Hello and welcome to That's English.
Hello. Today's program is called Family Matters, Asuntos de Familia. Trata sobre normas, rules y modales, manners.
We're going to visit Walter and Jean again. And we're going to see the rules they have in their home.
While you watch, think about these questions. First, what does Gran think of Richard's manners, sus modales? And why doesn't Richard have supper with the rest of the family? ¿Por qué no cena Richard con el resto de la familia?
Richard, it's Gran. Go and open the door for her, please.
Oh, must I? I'm watching this.
Do as you're told. Now.
Hello, Gran.
Hello, dear. How are you?
Richard, come back here. You must help Gran with her bags.
Okay.
You mustn't do that with my bags. You must be more careful.
Okay. Sorry, Gran.
Sorry about that. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, dear. But you must speak to Richard about his manners.
Yes, Mother, you're right.
What's that?
It's my supper.
Aren't you having supper with us, young man?
No, Gran. I have to go out.
You don't have to go out.
Dad.
Walter, he shouldn't have burger and chips for his supper. He must have fresh vegetables with his meals. I can cook him some cabbage and potatoes.
Richard doesn't like cabbage.
His mother ought to be at home to cook proper food for him.
Jean is working.
A mother should be at home.
She likes her job, and we need the money.
In my day, a mother used to stay at home. A good mother ought to stay at home and look after her family.
Could you answer our first question? What does Gran think of Richard's manners?
I'm fine, thank you, dear. But you must speak to Richard about his manners.
Well, she doesn't like Richard's manners, does she?
No, I don't think she does. And I think she's right. But let's see.
Richard no va a cenar con el resto de la familia.
Aren't you having supper with us, young man?
No, Gran. I have to go out.
Tengo que salir. I have to go out. Have to es una expresión que se utiliza con frecuencia para indicar obligación.
Ya conoces otra forma de expresar obligación, ¿te acuerdas? I must go out. I must go out.
Richard, it's Gran. Go and open the door for her, please.
Oh, must I? I'm watching this.
You mustn't do that with my bags. You must be more careful.
Let's practice that. Look at these situations. What questions would Richard ask?
Must I carry Gran's bags? Must I tidy my room? Must I do my homework?
And now, what does Walter say? He's telling Richard what he must and mustn't do.
You must carry Gran's bags. You mustn't watch television. You must do your homework. You mustn't go out. O sea, que must y mustn't expresan obligación. Ahora bien, Walter no era el único que imponía normas en la casa.
No, la abuela también hablaba constantemente de lo que Jean debería hacer. Las palabras clave son should y ought to.
His mother ought to be at home to cook proper food for him. A mother should be at home. A good mother ought to stay at home.
Do you agree with Gran? Bueno, lo que nos interesa ahora son estas construcciones. Anteriormente habíamos utilizado las formas verbales should y ought to para dar consejo, pero en esta ocasión las hemos utilizado también para expresar obligaciones.
Los verbos should, ought to, must y have to tienen significados muy parecidos. Es cuestión de matices.
Por ejemplo, must y have to indican una obligación y es una forma de decir a alguien claramente lo que debe hacer.
What do you think a good mother ought to do, Robert? Should she stay at home and look after the family, cook their meals and so on?
Well, I think the mother and father have the same duties. They should both look after the children. They should both look after the house, the food, the cleaning, everything.
I agree with you.
Thank you. It's time for our story again. Here are some important words that you'll hear.
Strict.
Strict means estricto. Ten mucho cuidado con la pronunciación de esta palabra. Strict. Comienza directamente por una S y a los españoles les cuesta mucho pronunciar esta S inicial. Strict. And
Respect.
respetar.
And worried. Worried.
Preocupado.
Argue.
Argue significa discutir, especialmente en la expresión to have an argument, que es algo así como tener una bronca.
But our question for the next part of the drama is, what punishment does Gran suggest for Richard? ¿Qué castigo sugiere la abuela para Richard? What punishment does Gran suggest for Richard?
You watch too much television, young man. It's not good for you. In my day, we didn't have television. We used to make our own entertainment.
Yes, Gran.
You should read more. It's important to read. Have you read Treasure Island? Oh. Walter, he mustn't watch TV all the time.
He doesn't watch much TV. He has to do his homework, tidy his room, and iron his school clothes. Then he can watch TV. But some evenings he reads a book in his room. You ought to be proud of Richard. He does very well at school. He studies hard. He's a nice boy. He's got good friends. He's kind and he's generous. That's what's important.
Can I go out now?
You can go out, but you must be home by 10 o'clock.
Dad, I'll be back at 11, I promise.
No.
Please, Dad.
I said no. 11 o'clock is too late.
But I don't have to get up for school tomorrow.
You must be back here by 10:30.
OK, Dad. Thanks.
He mustn't argue with you, Walter. A father has to be strict. You didn't used to argue with your father, did you?
No, because I was afraid of him. He was too strict.
No, he wasn't. You respected him, and that was good for you. You should tell Richard exactly what he can and can't do.
Yes, Mum, but children don't have to be afraid of their parents.
You see? He doesn't listen to you. You have to be stricter with him.
I have to talk to him.
You must do more than talk to him, Walter.
Perhaps something has happened to him.
Sorry, Dad. I'm sorry.
Richard, we've been very worried about you.
You should tell him that he can't go out in the evenings for a month and no TV.
Mum, I want to talk to him first.
I'm really sorry, Dad.
You should tell him that he can't go out in the evenings for a month. And no TV.
Look carefully at that sentence. He can't go out. Can and can't are used when asking for permission.
He can't go out. Significa que no puede salir. Can I go out?
You can go out, but you must be home by 10 o'clock.
Now listen to Robert asking for permission.
Vanessa, can I go now?
No, you can't. You can also use may for permission. It's more formal.
May I go now?
Yes, you may. No, you may not.
Algunas personas, especialmente los americanos, creen que es más correcto utilizar may en lugar de can para pedir permiso.
Como he dicho antes, may es más formal que can para pedir permiso. May indica un mayor respeto.
Can I go now?
Robert, un poco más de respeto.
May I go now?
No, you may not. Todavía no hemos acabado el programa.
You didn't used to argue with your father, did you?
No solías discutir con tu padre, ¿verdad?
Did you used to argue with your father when you were a child, Vanessa?
No, never.
I used to argue with my father. I used to be a real problem.
Used to be? That's all we have time for. Please join Robert and me for our next programme. We're going to see lots of people talking about the rules in their families. Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you soon.